Good afternoon, welcome back to the Bendigo East Bowls Club. We're here for State Champions Week on about, I don't know, I've lost count of days now, probably day 6. For what some would call the Blue Ribbon event, men's singles final. We have 2 Metropolitan representatives, Ali Forsyth, you can see placing the mat down there, from the Clayton Bowls Club in the Sandbelt region. Here's Mathew from the Yarra Glen Bowls Club, in the Eastern Ranges region. Should be an absolute cracker. Ali Forsyth has defeated along the way James McClausland from the Gippsland region. We saw him on the stream yesterday against Mark Atkinson from Strzelecki. This morning he took care of Brodie Harker from Murray Mallee, and here he is in the final. Matty O'Brien also a list of top scalps along his way. Took out Scotty Boshin from the West Coast region yesterday morning. Followed it up with an absolute cracker against Ian Brimblecombe from Ovens and Murray. And then took down Nathan Bush from Metro West this morning. As Ali Forsyth starts us off with a bomb. Front hopper. Can't ask for much more than that. We'll have the women's 4 starting alongside. They're about 5 or 10 minutes behind, just slightly delayed them, so we can move the cameras over and catch the completion of the women's 4s once this men's singles game is finished. Just stay with us when that happens. We're going to have Mr. Tyson Cromie from the Ocean Grove Bowls Club joining me shortly. He did play yesterday in the men's singles, and fortunately for him went out and ran 1, but he'll have some good insight on these players. Matty O'Brien in good form, was a winner of the Victorian Open 23 men's pairs. First with Dylan Fisher, and then sub Josh Corliss came in for the last day, so he's in red hot form. Also represented the city side in the recent city versus country stateside trial. Been a good player for a very long time, came through the under 18s and under 25 ranks in Victoria. And Ali Forsyth doesn't need too much introduction, one of the top players in the world over a long period of time. New Zealand representative until very recently. Tyson, how do you see this one going, buddy?
Both players' semi-final were pretty convincing. About 9-10 shots for both of them, both in red hot form. I think you're flipping a coin here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I agree. Ali's got the experience of winning big games. But Matty O'Brien is really coming into form in recent time, so yeah, it should be a cracker. I thought he would. Struggle's the wrong word, but he'd have a real tough game against Nathan Bush this morning. But he was dominant, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's really consistent. That's probably the difference in the game, that he's a fraction more consistent than Bushy. Obviously, Bushy played quite well yesterday, so had momentum going into this morning, but Matty took care of him.
Oh, he's 2 down out. A marker Darryl Rowley indicating, or 2 in a measure he's saying even. So the green paddles will be for Matty O'Brien. I think we've got them wrong on the screen. It should be white paddles for Matty O'Brien and green for Ali Forsyth. We'll get them fixed up. Other way around. Good work, Brad. Just on the draw here, cut it down, get a second shot, you reckon, Tyson?
Yeah, it could potentially turn Ali's bowl through the jack. I think he's playing a bit more positive.
There he is. How's he gone out? Very close. Oh, he rips it out. Don't think it'll take it out the count though.
A little bit stiff there, but Ali's played a good end. Probably deserved to hang on there.
So a reminder, we've got that women's 4s game next door. They're just going through the first of their trial ends. Ladies from the Ovens and Murray region, skipped by Kylie Whitehead against the Ballarat Highlands crew. Had some pretty vocal support this morning, the women from Ballarat Highlands. So we get a measure on here for 3 to Ali Forsyth to kick us off. Now the thing with Ali is once he's out the box, it's hard to get back in.
Yeah, he is. Front runner's probably not the word, but when he gets in front, he's a very hard player to beat.
So next in the semi-final, he was pretty even with Brody Harker. He was probably even a few shots down at one stage, and then I went and did something for 10 minutes, came back, and he was about 10 shots in front.
Yeah, I think he was about 4 shots down, and then I think he won 3 ends in a row, got 4 and a couple of threes, and took control of the game. Brody played pretty well. Just Ali was that fraction better through that middle part of that game.
Another good start from him here. His first bowl pressure in singles toss is critical.
Yeah, the first bowl sets you up for the end, puts the pressure on the opposition straight away. Most important bowl in singles, in my opinion.
How far off, mate? It is? Yeah.
Darryl Rowley, one of our best markers as well, is local to the Bendigo region. He's over at the South Bendigo Bowls Club. Bit of support for Matty O'Brien in the chat. Twisty's his nickname.
Do you know where that comes from,
Nah,
Jimmy?
someone asked me that, but I know someone in the comments will know. Where did Twisties come from? Could it be as simple as he just likes a good pack of Twisties?
Have to wait and see, I guess, won't we? Pretty good correction here, just slipping past.
Opens his options up with his next bowl now, hey? Gives him maximum result if he does get onto Ali's bowl that's in front of the jack.
Ali switching hands here, over to the backhand. Just needs to clear that front one.
Classic orthodox v southpaw, left-hander versus right-hander in this as well. Can he make the connection on that front bowl? I don't think he will with this one. He's going under. Of course, this morning, if you're just joining us, you missed the mixed pairs. I was taken out by Vinnie McElwain and Kirsty van der Hoff, the Strzelecki region. Did have a bit of delay this morning, bit of rain around in Bendigo, not a stack, but it was enough to delay the start by about an hour and a half. But the greens still playing sensational, probably still running around 14, huh?
Yeah, unbelievable. They've held the water really well. They've probably been running 15.5, 16 for most of the week. Still, as you say, running that 14 seconds is pretty good.
Yeah, Maisie confirming. It's got something to do with a bag of Twisties. Right, Ali's going to want to cover these white bowls now. If he can sit inside and count as well, that's a Brucey bonus for him.
Played a pretty good shot here.
Needs to sit it.
Oh, unlucky. Interesting to see what Matty plays here now. You sort of got to be a little bit careful, doesn't want to take his own bowl out.
Yeah, he was confident first end. I sort of thought he might look at getting second shot, but he played with a bit of weight to do something, so he's not afraid of doing that. He looks extremely focused.
Both players have a really strong game face, don't give much away.
Not like you and me, Toz.
Just going to drop under again. She played 3 really good weighted bowls there.
Just the one to Ali, so 4-0. He'll start off on this one. 2 ends through. You're back up tomorrow, mate, in terms of bowling, champion of champions.
Yeah, nah, see how we go. Probably due for a win, haven't won for a couple of days now.
You even let JT beat you, which is the more concerning thing, mate.
Nah, he played very good.
Don't say that. Say his rink played good. He was carried to the gold medal. He's back at home. Just spending some time with his family today. I'll be back tonight, back on comms tomorrow.
I know it's only early days, but it's an important end, this one. Ali wins the end, he keeps his momentum rolling.
All 3 of his first bowls so far have been you would give him a tick, wouldn't you? That's
Yeah.
probably the least of a tick you'd give, but it's still in a handy home.
Yeah, it's still probably inside 2 feet. Obviously, Matty will be looking to win the end. Just get on the board early, try and settle a little bit of the nerves that he may have. Played a pretty good shot there.
Grab shot. You grab it.
Got a little bit of the jack there. Probably still one down.
Me and JT commentated on the Kevy Anderson Chris Young game yesterday, Toz.
Yep.
Matty adds another. JT was saying in singles a lot of players like to set mini targets within the game, or mini games within the game, get to 5, get to 10. Or get off 0 might be one as well, just as quick as possible. Do you tend to do that when you're playing, or you just play every end as it comes?
If I'm in front, I'd sort of just try and just win the next end, keep the scoreboard ticking over. If I'm behind, then that's when I sort of look at trying to get 5 more shots before they get 1 or 2 sort of thing. Try and break the game down so it doesn't seem such a big margin sometimes.
It's good covering bowl there from Matty O'Brien. Still holding 2 as well. Jack back to them. Black bowls Wally Forsyth. Was going to spell a lot of danger, so he's done pretty well to get it in there.
Still make 3 here though.
Is there a point where you panic in singles in terms of?
Hang on.
I think 25 gives you a little bit more leeway than 21. But
I was going to say when you get to 25. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sort of anything more than sort of 2 full ends, anything over 8, I think becomes that little bit more difficult.
Yep.
But yeah, it sort of depends on what stage of the game as well. If it's early days, anything can happen. It's sort of when you later on in the game, you're sort of getting that 5, 6, 7, 8 shots down that you sort of start to panic a little bit.
Shot from Matty O'Brien.
He might have been a bit stiff there.
He's going to hope he wasn't stiff. Ali, I was going to say Ali's body language indicated that it was one to him. He sort of had that. I feel sorry for you, mate, but I'm happy to get another one here. Sort of body language about him.
As you say, it was a good shot by Matty, a little bit stiff, but he probably wanted to be a little bit safer than that. Just make sure he got on the board.
Good evening or good afternoon, good morning to you, Stephen from Swansea, New South Wales. Swansea. He's put the Welsh flag on the reply, that's all. Fair call, Jim. That's mere mortals would. Maybe not Tyson. You can get toe-to-toe with these, mate.
Just fighting with the line a little bit there, Matty's just a good weight again, just dropped under the line slightly.
Can he get all of this jack? He can. Most of it. Oh, they're good. Another toucher for Ali. He's had a few already. Can this let go enough, Tice? Get a little walk over.
I was going to say he's going to get a feather off. Ali's been the better of the 2 players so far, but Matty's been a little bit unlucky as well. Played a couple of good shots and not quite got the shot out of him.
Just going to try and beat his own now. Just get a little up and over on it and he'll get it in for a shot. Still room for him. Mathew O'Brien.
Looks a fraction quick.
Yeah, I agree.
yard less, he probably gets that.
Yeah. Weather's better, Catherine, than it was at 9 o'clock this morning, that's for sure. Sort of the greyish skies are passing and a little sprinkling of blue coming through. It's not particularly cold. Players are in, well, you can see Maddie in a t-shirt, Ali in a hoodie, but it's not particularly cold, is it, mate? It's fine.
No, just that comfortable temperature.
But no real wind, as hasn't been all week either.
Sorry, mate, just get you moving and practice here.
And it looks like the rain's disappeared, which is good for bowls.
Pretty blessed this week with the weather. You surprised Ali's not coming the other hand there, or is his bowls are too wide, they won't get down enough?
Yeah, it's a tough one. He's played that forehand with his other three. Just didn't quite send it.
See the women's fours just finishing their trial ends next door. We'll move the cameras over to that once this men's singles game's finished. We're just staggered the start time by 10 or so minutes over there. But you'd expect this singles game to be off well clear of that women's four, so we should get a good look at that.
Yeah, both the boys here get moving. They don't really muck around, do they?
No. Not like Vinnie McElwain on the live stream earlier. One of the slowest players I've ever seen him.
He likes a bit of camera time, you
He
think,
does.
Jimmy?
Yeah, he does, mate. He's looking for the bowler here. Thomas, how's he gone? Can he hold?
Just going to drop under again.
Another one to Ali. 6 zip to get us started. I don't want to put any mockers on Matty O'Brien, but Ali Forsyth was 21-0 up yesterday and won a game 25-1.
Yeah, that was next door to me, actually. Just went through the motions, but geez, he was good. Just playing this comfortable sort of medium length early days. I think if Matty can win an end, he'll be looking to change that up.
Well, I sort of noticed in his game against Nathan Bush next door, he was going Matt up, Jack to the tee, weren't he? Often, so
yeah.
I imagine that's what he'll go to when he does pick an end up, Matty O'Brien.
Yeah, he sort of beat Bushy at his own game in a way. Bushy did that a fair bit yesterday, and Matty took control of that this morning.
He had a very close one in the quarter-final yesterday, did Matty, against Ian Brimblecombe, 24 all. He was down. His third bowl, he dragged the jack away from Ian, left about a 2-bowl wide gap. Ian attacked it and found that gap, and he took that quarter-final win. But that was a cracker of a game this time yesterday.
Once again, that first bowl from Ali. Geez, he's been good at it.
Just sets you up, just makes your opposition constantly feel under pressure.
And then he makes that minor correction. That's very good bowls.
He'll be slightly frustrated that that's flopped to perfect jack high. Gives Manny an option to sit it, get to the jack.
Yeah, plays similar weight to his last.
Just hanging round. It's a good sight for Manny though, so Ali's going to want to change this up, try and probably get that trail first again, which he did with his second.
Yeah, get his bowl up and over, away from jack high is probably his best option here. Doesn't want to turn his front one and open it up.
Oh.
Great shots there from Ali.
That's sensational stuff from Ali Forsyth.
I don't think this will be short, Jimmy, just somehow. Just playing nice, searching late.
That's a tighter line than his last toss. He's in with a shout here.
A great shot here from Matty.
Can he get the result? He does get the result too. Great stuff from Matty O'Brien. That'll help his confidence. Will Ali have a search for that bowl?
Depends if he's got 1 or 2 seconds, I reckon. If he's got 2 seconds, he probably goes for it. Jack in the pit.
He's known for his drive and his Ali Forsyth, so...
If he's only got 1 second, sort of doesn't want to take his other one out and then leave Matty a shot. Potentially to get a 4 to get back in the game. However, he is winding up.
Doesn't need much of an opportunity. He's very, very close.
Oh, he's got both his own there. However, it has jammed on the back one, I think.
any less of a flick off that bowl. And he got across to it. It is the one and only Tyson Cromie in commentary. Still been a decent crowd here today as well, Tyson.
Yeah, considering the weather we had this morning, it's good to see. There's still a few sitting inside, but there's probably 50 to 100 people floating around today.
Oh, he'd be disappointed there. Didn't have the third, but he's off the mark. So let's see what change of length he does do. We sort of thought he might go Matt up, Jack back, but he's definitely gone the opposite with a Matt. See what he does with the Jack.
I'm not happy with his last bowl. Still shaking the head, but he's on the board.
As we said, mate, small games within a game. He's ticked that first box now. Let's just keep ticking boxes.
Just dropped under the line again there. Wait's superb again. Be interesting to see whether he sticks with it or whether he tries to swap hands.
Yeah, he's pinched it a few times on that backhand coming down here. Ali's been pretty consistent on his forehand, but he's going to pinch as well here. Can he get the inside of the white though? Does, but doesn't stay around. So Matty O'Brien, if he can improve from his first, he'll feel pretty happy with his work at the start of this end.
He's pretty similar again. Another good shot.
A good pair.
Well played, Matty.
Cheers, mate. Hello. Hello.
A lady from next door, Liz Kears from Ballarat, just strutting over into this rink and causing chaos.
She actually did that this morning as well.
Oh, did she? Oh, it hasn't put him off his game though, Tice. He's drawn a ripper there, Ali. Let's see what the marker indicates.
Yeah,
Still
had a
one
good look. Reminds me a little bit of Mick West actually. He does a lot of running around the green when he's following his bowls.
Because rink's over. Close.
Pretty close.
Oh, he falls away as well.
Still one to Matty, according to Daryl.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that. Both players coming over and having a look.
Needs to get another one there about without sitting it beside his other one. Head set up is pretty good for Ali, although he is one down. Swapping to the forehand. Looks to be a fraction wide.
Yeah, as I say, I don't think it's going to come from there. Just that little downpour we had this morning is probably taking that big booming swing out. Ali have a search for a bowl and jack, or?
Yeah, I think similar weight to his last. Gets 2 turns out of Matty, probably makes 3, gets his own bowl through the jacks, probably a similar result. looks a bit more positive than that though.
Yeah, not silly weight. How's he gone, Toss?
I think he's a fraction under. He's got the gap. Now, back to back ends for Matty. He'd be happy with that.
Everyone has a way of being on a bowls green, hey? Like some people are, like Kevy Anderson we saw yesterday, he's in his own little world, he's happy, he's sort of just walking around and keeping himself entertained. And then you step up the scale a little bit. I'll probably use you as an example. You're involved in the game. You get a little bit of frustrated when things don't go your way. Pretty similar to me. And then you probably go up another scale and you've got Ali, who always seems grumpy on a bowls green, but he's actually, it's just the way he deals with the game himself.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone deals with it differently. Some people try and keep themselves amused, try and stay relaxed. Others prefer that more serious sort of vibe. Just what works for you, I guess.
I've seen him having a little chat to himself then when that bowl sort of went through the gap. Just his way of coping with something that hasn't gone the way he thinks it should have gone. Be short with that one. That's not going to improve whatever mood he's portraying anyway. But then the minute he sort of steps out of a game, he's pretty relaxed about things.
He is.
So yeah, it's just people's different ways of dealing with things on a bowls green.
It's like when you step over that white line playing footy.
Yeah. Bowl from Mathew O'Brien. Yeah, that's why I've stopped playing bowls, Brad. I can't handle my emotions. That's why I'll never be any good. Can he hurry, Ali? It's the second shot.
Interesting to see both players are playing this commentary side of the ring. Seen in previous games that it's probably been more the other side, so maybe with that rain it's just changed things a little bit.
Yeah, good shot.
Another good shot there from Matty. Puts the pressure back on Ellie.
What if he runs the jack out? Not with his 30 won't. It's kind of framed up nicely that if you do want to go the jack, you can see exactly where you're going to run through. Maybe not after this one though.
Yeah, it's not a great shot, but it's helped him. Gets another one thereabouts.
But he's going to want to try and shut this end down. If he can get to the jack, front toucher, just get it across. He'll go close to doing that.
Just a fraction wide. Will he get down to count?
He's trying his hardest.
Oh, I think that's 3.
It is. Marker Darryl Rowley confirms. So Mathew O'Brien, twist is holding 3 here, which would get him level in this game after being 6 zip down.
What sort of shot are you expecting here from Ali?
Well, he cannot be short like he has been with his previous 3 ties. I'm whispering because he's quite close. I think he's got to try and arrive onto that wide white bowl of Mathew O'Brien's. Get back to the jack. He can afford to then play a foot or 2 overweight to make sure he's reaching. Because if he does sit it, it's slightly in front of jack high, so he'll get close to the jack.
Interesting to see the angle on the forehand with sort of that yard where his bowl sort of lines up to go to.
He's obviously in a couple of minds because he's
just having to think about it. I think he'll play more positive on the forehand. He's lining up.
He's
going big.
How'd he go? Ali Forsyth, gonna be happy with that one. That'll tie us all up, tie us 6 apiece after 7 ends. In a race to 25. That change of length has worked for Matty O'Brien.
Yeah, just stretched it out that little bit longer, hasn't he?
See the game stats there, mate.
Both players with a 3. Important in singles. And in any form of bowls, I guess. You're trying to limit the damage when you lose an end, and when you win an end, you're trying to pick up as many numbers as you can.
It's like you did yesterday, didn't you? Yeah, at one point, I think you were on 12 and you scored 3 4s. What was that all about?
It didn't help me too much in the finish.
Another good start from Matty. It's in the zone.
As we said before, that first bowl is very important. Obviously, Ali started red hot with his first bowl.
Seen him in some great singles tussles on this Bendigo East Bowls Club in the last couple of years. I remember watching a game, it's him and Jay by Norris, where there was an average of about 2 bowls left on the green every end.
He's certainly been here a few times to have a few good singles matches, hasn't he?
Seen him against Lee Schreiner in a final as well, over on B green.
Something just put Ali off there. He released his bowl and turned around.
Behind?
Yeah. Looking for a clear run, Matty. He's pretty close.
Yeah, good ball. Real good ball.
That won't improve Ali's mood much. Daryl's signalled 1, and the second one is very tight, but he feels it's only 1. Lining up again, Ali. As we know, very attacking player.
He's never short of a drive. He's going to miss again though, twice. It's 3, 4 drives he's missed. Players down our end, so trying to be a little bit quiet. Up and over his front, he's good.
Could play a good shot here. He's probably made 3 out of that,
Yeah,
but
great.
he's fat in the target.
Yeah, I think he'll go again now.
Will he stay backhand?
Close.
He's watching intently. Good hit there from Ali. He's probably saved 3.
He's a bit disappointed because he thought he could get that jack right back, but we'll replay that end. Change of green this year, Sarah, was for a few reasons. One, there's been a fair bit of rain in Bendigo previous to us coming up here, and the greenkeeper Tonks just sort of felt this would hold the water better if it did rain. On the other side of the green, if you're on the far side from the clubhouse, it goes in the shade really quick, so the rink changes quite early in the day, and also it's freezing cold commentating in the shade. You come on the other side, and it's like ring 8 and 9 outside the clubhouse. With the marquee, you sometimes block a bit of the spectators, but the speed on A green was probably half a second quicker.
Yeah, just that half a second.
So once we weighed all that up, decided to come over. I've actually enjoyed it over this side of the, and we're sort of out of everyone's way as well. It's a pretty good viewing area.
Don't think any of the players have been complaining too much. It's been
I haven't
running
had-
very nice.
I haven't had a single complaint about any green, to be honest, which is always good.
It's a better first bowl there from Ali. Be happy with that one.
That was really the difference in that. These last 3 ends, or 4, the one killed. Maddie had increased that first bowl pressure and put the pressure back on Ali from that. So it's a handy start from him.
Just got to hurry here from Matty.
Just going to pull up, isn't he? Just going to pull up.
Still a good shot. He's probably only a foot away from the jack there. Another good shot there from Ali.
That's another couple in our holds. So Manny O'Brien, looks like he might change hand here, Tice, judging by the way he grabbed that ball in his hand.
Yep. Matty just asking how far past they were.
He's coming backhand.
I think he's going the bowls.
He did not hang about there. He's pretty close,
I
Tice.
think he's got the jack.
And that one will go out of bounds. So I want a piece on the killed ends. We'll replay that one. Looks like they'll bring the bowls back down to this end.
Keep going at this rate, we might not get to the ladies' fours.
Well, it's 2-0 after one end next door to the ladies from Ballarat Highlands.
Once again opting for that longer length. It's sort of worked for him the past few ends, even though Ali held 2 last end. Good start there from Matty. Probably about 18 inches past the jack. Ali just fell shy there. Matty looking probably 18 inches off his last. He's played it pretty bloody well too. Good shot.
Yep, good stuff. Just jack high's your only concern, but Ali's on the other hand anyway.
Interesting to see Ali has changed hands. He was playing this commentary side early days.
It's a bit wide and a bit heavy with that one. Maybe sets up an option of coming the other hand now and sitting the jack high bowler. Matty's all pushing through the jack towards that last bowl of his.
Matty will be looking to just tidy it up. Gets his bowl over once or twice. Oh, he's just slipped past, still in the count. 3 shots it is.
Drop ball relation to Jack, please. Jack high.
There you go, Jimmy. Ali's just asked where that bowl is.
I reckon he's going to change up.
He has Up to the backhand by the looks of things.
Big weight.
Yep.
Under.
Underneath the line. Big bowl here from Matty. If he holds 4, it probably makes Ali think twice about playing that shot again.
Yeah, I agree. Get through his own.
Looking pretty similar. Just tipped his own.
Definitely still 3. Looks like he's peeling it back a bit, Tars.
Just playing that searching way.
Chances. Chances, Tars.
He got a little feather off his own. Still going to be 2 down, I think.
Yep.
Matty's asking for the tape.
Giving him 2. I'll measure for a 3rd.
Two it was. You've got pretty good eyes, Daryl.
Yeah,
Doesn't get him wrong too often.
Yeah, he's one of the best markers going in Victoria.
We saw Ali jump out of the blocks early. 6-zip. Matty certainly wrestled that momentum back.
Fair question, Stan. As you know, bowls politics. We try and align ours as much as possible with the national events, which is where the winner of this will go to, and the winner of all our state events. So that's probably where we go, rather than worry about what others are doing, to be honest.
Good opening bowls from both players there. Matty will probably have to flip over here.
We had that discussion the other day, I think, on commentary, me and JT, that each format of pairs as an example, because that's probably the one you look at changing the most, the two and walk versus 3 bowl. I think they each have their own home. And events like the AO and the VO, where you're trying to get a number of games played in a short period of time, that's when the 3 bowl pairs has its home. And I think it's state championships like this, which you would argue are more traditional types of bowls and types of events, that that more traditional and longer format of the game has its home. Oh, he wanted to get the edge of his own, called it to turn, but can't get him down. And yeah, respot. The only reason you really have a respot is to save on time, but these games aren't timed. We're only scheduled 2 games a day, 3 at worst with a couple of clashes. So there's no real need for a respot. Just change your game as well. Yeah, in terms of everyone getting together and agreeing on something,
That's life, isn't it, Jimmy?
yeah, politics, rightly or wrongly, we probably feel we are one of the leading states in terms of the stuff we do, so we would probably think people would have to follow us. That might be a little bit of my own personality coming out there, but
I think coinciding with the way the Nationals is run is a really good idea.
yeah, it's the safest way, huh?
Gives you a good warm-up leading into the event.
Oh, Ali's going big. Oh, someone's going to up an air pal. Another dead end. 3?
3 dead ends.
Yeah, right.
2 for Ali, 1 for Matty.
Reminder, we are planning to move the cameras over to the women's 4, thinking that the singles game would not take more than 2 hours. We've had 3 dead ends already, so
And speaking of the ladies' fours over on that rink, Ovens and Murray 2, Ballarat Highlands 6 after 3 ends.
yeah, huge. Great start from the women from Ballarat Highlands, from the City Oval Bowls Club there. Skipped by Janice Roberts. Going up against pretty superstar rink from the Ovens and Murray, skipped by Kylie Whitehead. Talking of national titles, they've won one of them before, a couple of years ago.
Between those 4 players, I think they would have been to Bendigo Champions Week a few times.
Yeah, if someone could count that up, that'd be a sensational stat. Ever consistent. Claire Sanders, Laureen Smith, Anne Miles and Kylie Whitehead. Notice Mary Chagar was here 3 times this week for Ovens and Murray as well. She won plethora of singles titles, the over 60s and the singles and the champion of champions. She's also in the pairs with Kylie, so between the 5 of them, they pretty dominant. Janine, sorry, stunt. I know Liz Key as well, who's the 3rd over there. I see her in a lot of events. Very nice lady as well.
6 inches behind Jack High.
The plan is to move the cameras over there. But yeah, 3 dead ends so far.
Could be a few more to come too.
There goes my best laid plans, mate. I was thinking I was so smart, starting them about 10 minutes behind, and oh yeah, we'll get a good 8 ends of that, 15 in. I know Ali and Maddie don't hang around. Didn't factor in the killed ends.
Didn't like that one when he let it go.
He's kind of lost his line and weight a bit, hasn't he, Ali? He's not as dialed in as he was, but he's sort of scraping it by, killing them ends and getting the numbers down.
Sometimes that's all you got to do, just hang around and get 1 or 2 good ends yourself, suddenly you're back in front.
Handy here, I think, Tice.
That's the best of the lot so far. Good shot there.
How far short did you please, mate? With the foot in front of Jack High. Thank you.
Just gonna wander down and have a look here.
Still room for him. It's not impossible for him to draw that shot there. He gets it real well on his backhand. He can probably get the jack down for 2 as well, but he only got halfway down and I think he's made his mind up on the shot he's playing. Probably just wanted a bit of perception of where ball was in relation to other balls on the jack. He's coming that backhand, so if he can jag that jack and go with it, make a couple. Just missing a bit there. Stays on though. You can see just flop back into view on the bottom of the screen there. So Ali looking to add another to tie us up again. It was 6-0 to Ali. Matty O'Brien's got it to 8-6 from there. Oh, his other ball's fallen there.
Makes things interesting.
Don't think it flops in for 2nd though.
It's tough to tell from our angle.
Needs this to hurry. Can it hurry?
Is it enough? I don't think so.
Not with a roll back out.
Just the one.
Right, he'll change his length up now, Ali.
Back to that shorter length.
the zone.
Just not quite nailing his first one like he was early. Neither player really nailing it there.
How's he gone here, Ali?
Pretty good correction by the look of things.
Looks better. Is better.
Great shot there from Ali. Still just arriving there, Matty. Cut it back to 1.
6 inches.
Daryl indicating that Ali's bowl's about 6 inches in front of Jack. Probably doesn't want to sit it beside his other one.
Short of the jack though. Does create that bowl that can give an angle for Matty though.
Both players just missing their line with their weighted shots at the moment, although we have had 3 dead ends. Seems to be a little bit weight critical on those shots.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's 601 and half a dozen the other. Les, you're right. The length of the event would need to stretch. You couldn't have events running over one another in that type of format. Playing 3 games a day as opposed to 2, so you're pushing into the evening. It's kind of, everyone's got its pros and cons with it.
Looks to be a bit closer here, Matty.
Yep.
Called for it to hurry.
Oh.
Has he got shot?
The jack, initially I thought was going to be unlucky for him, but then it kind of rebounded. The fact he's got one white one sitting in his hand, Darryl Rowley, possibly indicates it's one to Matty, but he'll wait for Ali to confirm. He has given it to Matty, so he gets the result. 9-7 now he'll lead. Race to 25. He's 6-2 still next door to the women from Ballarat Highlands over Ovens and Murray. Tomorrow we kick off men's champion and champion singles, of which Tyson's a part of. And the women's triples kicks off tomorrow also. As we get to the last 3 days of competition, only other 2 events to run through them 3 days are the men's triples and the novice singles finals as well, which should be crackers. Good start from Matty O'Brien, creating some first bowl pressure.
Some of those players in the novice singles are very good considering the short amount of time that they've been playing.
Yeah, you were bigging up your Jen LaSurf, is that her name?
Yeah, Jen LaSurf, she's been going very well down at Grove.
Who's coaching her?
The lady that won our club singles, Sue Collins, has been doing a bit of work with her.
Yeah, awesome.
Jen's on the track nearly every day. She's keen as mustard.
Yeah, you had a good run too, Les, with your mum. Great to see. Done a couple of presentations in the last few days where we've had them sort of relationships. We obviously had Sammy Atkinson and her mum Cheryl taking out the women's pairs titles, and Vinnie McElwain earlier today, his partner Kirsty van der Hoff, taking out the mixed pairs. It's probably one of the only sports in the world where you can do that type of thing, so we love to see it. Les playing with his mum from West Coast, having a good win on day one, but tougher game, day two. So I always find it hard. Like, I mean, I say to anyone who comes to me with a card and a defeated look on their face as they come into the office here at Bendigo, saying, "Oh, I was so good first game, and then just couldn't get it going the second." And as I say, this is why it's so hard to win these titles, because you got to turn up for 4 games. You've had to turn up for probably 4, 5 or 6 in your region also to get yourself to a level, as Matty flicks Ali's out the head, get yourself to a level capable of winning a high-level game of bowls takes some doing.
Yeah, it's certainly difficult to get here, and then once here it's even more difficult. Obviously the best 16 teams from each region, all deserving to be here.
Afternoon, Vince. Ali runs in one of Matty O'Brien's to give him 2.
Both players just wandering down to have a quick look at the head.
What do you think Matty's got to do?
With Ali's last bowl, probably makes it difficult to stay on his forehand. He may look to switch over, sort of finish a foot past the jack. He probably nearly counts and gets a little bit of coverage as well. Oh, he's proved me wrong. Staying on the forehand.
Yeah, never commit to a shot as a commentator, Tosh. You'll learn this, because they always make a mockery here.
Not a mile away either.
Trying to get back.
His weight was impeccable there.
Still holding the 2, Darrell, says. Yeah, Green's been fantastic all week. Dave cannot fault it at all. Probably had 3 or 4 mil around this morning, and it's still playing exceptionally well.
Interesting to see what Ali does here. As we know, very attacking player. On the back end. Looks pretty positive weight. Just watching intently.
Under. The 2 to Matty. 11-7 he leads now. Massive turnaround he's won. Just want to count here 6 of the last 7 ends. Because I've messed the scoring sheet up. That's why it looks weird. Have I? You can pay for everyone's accommodation, Flaps. No, like, it's certainly easy to manage when it's 16 regions. It's such an easy event to run in terms of, well, the 16 here, it's a straight knockout, off you go. Just looks good as well, doesn't it? 16 regions, no bars.
Yeah, it does work out well.
I actually do the draws for state championships in about, I reckon, July time each year. I'll just keep them on a spreadsheet on my computer and wait till the entries start coming in. Probably when I got about 80% of them, that's when we publish them. But I have great fun in doing them draws. It's always something I enjoyed doing as a kid, and I get to do it as a job. But you never know who's going to end up playing who until pretty much a month or so out from the event. And he goes sailing through. Ali still holding one.
I think he's probably looking to sit out his bowl there. If he missed, he got past, which gives him an option for his next one. Close.
Addy O'Brien gets
Good
it.
shot.
He's playing conversion bowls when it counts, eh?
He's just lifted that little bit. Ali on that positive weight again. Looking for the jag. How's he going,
He's
Jimmy?
close toss. He's got to get down at the end. I thought a couple of feet out he was real good then, like probably 8-9 feet out. Thought he was good. He just held.
There's probably that fraction extra speed stopped him from turning.
Coupling it again. Mathew O'Brien, 13-7. What a turnaround this has been from 6-0 down. I'll ask you the same question as I asked when Manny was probably 5-0 down. When do you start to panic? Do you? You're 13-1 down since you were 6-0 up.
Yeah, probably not yet. Obviously, 6 shots down, one good end, you halve that. Back to, sort of you get a 3, you're back to 3 shots of difference. If Matty wins the next couple, then that's probably when you do start to panic just that little bit.
Great stuff from Mathew O'Brien. I mean, you got to factor in the fact Ali Forsyth is who he is. He's been around the game for a number of years, played at the elite level of the game for all of them years as well. He's going to have a whack at this, I reckon, Toss.
I think you're right, Jimmy.
Going early. Wow, what was that?
A bit of the concrete, I think, flew up.
He thought there was a hole in his bowl. So, something went flying up. No one got hit or hurt or anything, but I think it was... Oh, it was a bit of concrete. It was a bit of the top of the
Yeah, top of the ditch there.
Wow. Disagree with you there, John. Completely. Based off the people I talk to, the surveys we do of participants here, but I can understand both sides of the coin. But for now, we're sticking with this format. That corrugated fence back there, Tyson, has taken a beating in the last 2 days. Kevin Anderson nearly put a jack clean through it yesterday.
I can't remember who I was talking to, but someone said they were lucky the corrugated fence was there, otherwise it was halfway back to Melbourne.
Straight down the whole highway.
Matty looking to sit the bowl, get the jack here. He's pretty close. Just going to get the outside
Yeah,
of it.
it's a behind, it's stiff.
Probably a little bit unlucky. Almost wanted to miss that now rather than where it's sitting now. Got a little bit of an update in the ladies. Ovens and Murray 4, Ballarat Highlands 7 after 5.
Good game over there.
Certainly been some good heads next door, that's for sure.
Wally just drifting out, I think, there. Just the one to Maddie. Afternoon, Steve. Hope you well, buddy.
Interesting to see what Matty plays here.
He's having a look at his bowl, Ali. See if there's any piece of it missing. Just a little mark. But you can see where the bowl's victorious on. He's looked down there. There's like a bit of grey on that top of the bank. I reckon that's the chunk that came out. You reckon?
I think you're right, Jimmy.
Yeah. Bit of chunk on from the bank. Oh, here we go again. Could be more chunks flying.
You were right, Jimmy. Another chunk did just fly out.
What's going on the banks here? Ali says the bank is falling apart at the back. Yeah, maybe Kevy weakened it yesterday, and these two boys are taking chunks out of it. Val, you've tuned in a few times and you're making us jealous on your cruise. How good would that be? Sitting on a cruise, watching some bowls.
You couldn't ask for much better, could you?
Well, thankfully, Ali's going to save the bank this time and just draw a shot. Draws a third toss. As you said, you only got to pick a 3 up and you're right back in it, and that's exactly what he's done. 13-10. Played 13 ends. We've had 3 killed, so you reckon this one could be a long tussle? 30 end game or something.
Yeah, a couple of numbers early. Obviously, both very good conversion players to probably have made those numbers. So it will be interesting to see how the rest of this one pans out. I think we're in for a couple more, Diddy.
Yeah. I'm not in for a dead green the way we're going, mate. What of a collapse of a bank at the back. I'm sure, I know the groundkeeper Tonks has been watching at home most of the week, so he'll probably be hopping in the car getting down here saying stop. Some extra work to do tomorrow morning.
Don't think there'd be a game ever change midway through a game because of a broken bank.
Although we like to do things, we like to be the first to do things. Good stuff from Ali. Holds a couple now. Still room for Matty O'Brien though.
His weight was good with his last. Just looking to correct his line there. If he's around Ali's, he's very close. Just gonna crash. Good effort.
Yeah, he's battling poor Brad, Sean. Long stint. He does a terrific job. Stuff from Ali. Hurry.
Still leaves a bit of a gap there. Although Matty's going to swap to his forehand.
Yeah, just take the more open side of things. Oh, he grimaced as he let go of that, mate. Let's see why. Does he try and shut it down on his backhand now?
You probably don't want to leave anything for him to work off. Stays on his forehand the way he's been going. Turn his own over once or twice. Miss either side you can.
Fair call.
If he's good enough to get it, well, good luck to him.
He's going his backhand.
He's made a fool out of me again.
You're going to learn, mate. I've commentated countless hours of bowls now. Left it short, though. So Matty can get it right. Got room to draw a shot. He's 3 down currently on this end, which would tie us up again.
watching it. It's just got to get down for him.
It's trying, mate. It's trying.
If he's not shot, I reckon he's at least cut it back. Darryl looks to be holding one white in his hand. He's put the green one in his pocket, in fact.
He's done the right thing and walked away from the players, though. Let them decide. It is one. Good stuff from Matty O'Brien. Was 3 down then, which would have evened it up at 13 apiece. It's now 14-10. They're the little moments, hey, in a game of 25 up. Just stopping the scores tying and breaking away another shot is a big turnaround. 4-shot swing in one bowl there.
It's funny how once you finish a game, you look back at little moments, and that could be one where he goes, that helped me a lot.
He won't look at this bowl and think that helped him a lot, though. He'll be annoyed with that short one there.
Yeah, you're allowed a bad one every now and then when you're playing to the standard that these boys are.
He's doing the right thing, Matty, at the back. He says, sip of water, forget about it, pick his next one up, go again.
Looks like Ali's made him pay too.
Yeah, he's punished him.
Right on the front of the jack there, great shot.
Needs a good second now. Build from there.
He's not far away himself, just creeping past there. No harm in that.
Yeah, creates options. I think they're both struggling, Jeff, for a little bit of consistency, to be honest. I think either of them you would say are on their A game at this point in time.
No, both players have probably played better in their semi-finals this morning. Although there's a couple of bombs there from Ali.
Frames it though, doesn't it? It's not a one-bowl target anymore, which is why Matty O'Brien will be quick on the drive. Close your eyes, Tice. Ooh. Fortunately, no concrete goes missing with that drive.
Tough one here from Ali. He doesn't want to make the target any bigger, but he probably wants to change how it looks at the same time.
He doesn't want to get on the front of his own, because it will run the jack back to Matty's. Instead, he's added a third and create more of a target, hey?
Yeah, he could probably nearly get all three.
Oh, Matty goes again. Closer this time. Oh.
A little bit and more concrete.
What is going on? I don't know what.
You have 2.
As Brian Taylor said, where we?
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to do. Yep, adds a third. 14-13. This is going to be a cracker of a game. Already is. But this is going to go down to the wire, I think.
With it pretty much even now, Jimmy. Who's your tip? If you have to pick one.
Yeah. You tip first and I'll go the opposite. How about that?
I'm going to go with Ali just because of his experience. He's been here a lot.
Fair cool.
As you say, it's very close and it's probably a flip of the coin still, but...
Well, I'll back Matty then. I think.
In good form from the Vic Open.
Correct.
Won the pairs.
He has won the majority of the last 10 ends. He's just dropped 2 numbers of 3, which if he gets his drive on point, would fix that. So I'll back Matty.
Good opener from Ali. Be looking to back it up here.
Marie next door. 7-4 the way of the Ballarat Highlands women after 5. I do believe There was another Bendigo on that scoreboard though, and the Ovens and Murray bowl is coming down first, so I think there is a score to go on for Ovens and Murray. So I'll let you know when they do update that scoreboard. Good bowl from Ali. Replaces his own, makes 2.
Checking the pit here from Mathew, you think?
If he gets his drive on, as I mentioned.
Just swinging.
Yeah, too wide with that. The one thing I notice with Matty is, with his drive, he's a lot quicker on the mat than with his when he's just drawing.
Maybe just a momentum thing for him.
Someone else on a cruise here, Tyce Bryan.
Everyone's going on cruises, Jimmy.
I don't want to say our sport attracts that age demographic, but maybe we're getting beamed on a big screen on a cruise ship somewhere.
Ali asking for it to hurry. Great change over there. Be big weight again here from Maddie.
Under. Another 3. And Ali Forsyth did this in his last game, Tyce. He was pretty close with Brodie Hark and then went
bang, bang, bang.
Pretty much picked up a few numbers in a row. I've already put the 3 on. 16-14. Back in front for the first time since a bad end 8 of this. We've now played 16. See the worm on the game stats. He's just jumped in front. He's picked up 3 threes in the last 4 ends, Tyce.
Just playing that shorter length again. Interesting to see. Something little I've picked up on him. Maddie's taking his hat off.
Yeah, right. Hot head. I can't play without a hat. I don't know why. Always need a hat on.
You and I, with our fair skin, would probably get sunburned a bit without it.
We would, mate. Sunburn in the shade, I do.
Good speed from both boys there. Both players pretty much jack high. Just a minor correction needed here from Ali. Though he looks to be pretty similar.
It's not happy again. He wanted it on a wider line. Sometimes you just know, don't you?
Yeah, as soon as you let it go.
Yeah, maybe that's why he took his hat off, Jack. Fresh fade. I do know that we had a rain delay this morning, and when the rain stopped we got all the players out, but we were missing one because she went on a Mackey's run. So we had to wait 5 minutes.
I think it worked for it.
Yeah, I know. She ended up winning the title. It's coming up for you then, Tyce, after state events. You've got a pathway event, don't you, pretty soon?
Our Pathways event is in July, so a couple of things before that. Got obviously region sides coming up, along with Champions of State Pennant.
Yeah, you got the double at Champion of State Pennant.
Yeah, no, that should be a good experience. Obviously my first time there.
Yeah, right.
Never been there before, so looking forward to that one.
So that's one medal I have over you then. Probably the only medal I have over you, mate. Oh, the Albert Park Pairs, have you won that?
Oh, not sure I've ever even been to Albert Park. But no, I do like the team events. Obviously, winning a premiership was pretty special in my first year at Grove. Just that team environment, there's something special about it.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite events, state pennant. It's an event you get to play with your teammates, the people that you train with all year, play with all year, and then you get the chance to go away with them and take home a state title. It's a pretty special event. It's always fun. It's always it's good bowls, but yeah, always. I did see it get a little bit. What's the word? A lot of passion involved in the game between Melbourne and South Bendigo a couple of years ago, but all was good in the end.
Obviously, high
2
stakes.
skills. 2 surely counts for a medal. Played 2 out of 5 at state pennant. The year before you were here. Or back at Melbourne.
Asking it to hurry. He's played a good
great
shot,
effort. Bowls don't fall the right way for him though. Ali claps him, says unlucky pal. 17-14 now. Ali leads Matty O'Brien. Kylie Whitehead next door plays a very big bowl, gets some high fives.
Could be holding 4 or 5 there, I think.
Looks like a very Ovens and Murray dominated head next door, and 5 the marker confirms, or the paddler over there, sorry. That's something we, it's been really good having the paddlers on the team events as well.
Does make life a lot easier for us sitting here in the commentary booth.
Makes it a lot easier from home as well. You get a better feel for the game. It's always the issue with watching 4s is trying to understand what is happening in the games. A lot of bowls, a lot of different coloured bowls, a lot of players. Good stuff from Ali. And Terry agreeing with how good state pennant is. He's part of that Gisborne side that won the midweek. Yeah, good reply from Matty O'Brien. All over that jack now.
Interesting to see the choice of weight here from Ali.
He's going to be short.
Just a positive draw by the look of things, sort of yard to 6 feet away. It's not a mile away either.
Under just.
Good effort. Although it has sat Matty's other bowl, gives him 3 seconds. No time wasted there for Matty.
Yeah, he's quick.
Trying to repeat the dose.
He's to hold his head. Mate, can't. Sit next to Tyson, who's got 1,000 medals compared to my 1, so if I can get one over him, I'm getting one over him. That was a good trip, that state pennant. Melbourne hired an old pub out. It was a converted pub to an Airbnb.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, great time was had. The boys there, I nipped over for one night, it was good fun. Back in the COVID year when everything was like backed into one another, so Melbourne won Premier League on the Sunday and were playing the following Saturday at state pennant. In a game that, no, it was Altona they beat. It was the next year they played against Deer Park.
Ali's winding up. Get both bowls for 3 each. Both players have hit a couple of drives, killed a couple of ends, also missed a couple as well.
Do you hear about that Ben Fern bowl?
No, I haven't. You'll have to tell me about that one, Jimmy.
It was a tied game from memory. Ethan Higgins, Max Rowley, sorry. His dad's marking this game. Where's his jack going? Oh, the good way for him. That's a sensational ball from Matty O'Brien.
A little bit fortunate. If it went the other way, it's probably just as many down.
Yeah, that's. I was concerned where that was going. Yeah, game tied from memory. Max Rowley pots the jack, ends up about, I want to say about 1.5 foot away from it in the ditch. Ben Fern last bowl can really only draw to the plinth to win it. Draws to the plinth.
The rest is history.
Max has a go at it, misses, and cue scenes.
Back to all square here though. 17 apiece.
Yep. Second best Melbourne bowl I've seen after Bryce Young's efforts against your dear Parkside a couple of years ago, Tice. Had to get that one in as well.
No comment on that one, Jimmy.
Getting paid $5 a comment from the Melbourne group chat. So.
That was a fantastic standard grand final. One of the best games I've ever been involved in. Was
amazing. Absolutely amazing. Game of bowls. Swung both ways.
I think there was one end on our rink where we had 4 bowls inside about 1/2 foot and we were 2 down.
This is really going to come down to who can group their bowls better for the next 20 so minutes. If they can find that bit of consistency. 8 shots required for both players.
It is to 25, but it almost feels like whoever can get to 20 first just about wins it from here. Been a few shifts in momentum, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's swung every way this game. Both players had the lead. Both players looked like they were about to take it away, and I thought until that 3 of Matty O'Brien's, Ali was about to run away, but he's just under with that one. You back him to go close to collecting that jack with his next though.
Yeah, 2 good looks at it.
As mentioned, there was a score to go on for Ovens and Murray next door. It was a pretty big score, Tice.
Yeah.
It's now 10-7 to Ovens and Murray, women of the Ballarat Highlands rink after 7 ends. Reminder, we'll move the cameras over to catch the end of that game. We sort of had anticipated probably to catch from about now onwards, but this men's singles game has had a few dead ends, but it's nip and tuck, to and fro. But as soon as this one finishes, we'll move the cameras over, just like we did with the women's singles over to the men's fours. But the less said about that game, the better, Tice, hey?
Yep. Just playing a little bit more positive. Just hanging wide with that extra weight. Interesting next door. She's just said, how about I just try and get close? And the skipper's reply was, good idea. Little bit of a free throw here from Ali. Just got sort of 2 feet to count.
A close game. This is where you get massive value for adding here, and he's done that, Tice.
Yeah, well played.
Can't afford to not take them opportunities, and he has taken it. So 2 to Ali, 19-17 now. So difficult to call how this one's going to finish.
It is only 2 shots, but you feel as though if he wins this end, it makes life difficult. sort of been interesting to see throughout this game that Ali's opted to play a bit shorter. Maddie's opted a bit longer. In their semi-finals, it's probably the other way
Yeah,
around.
grow. And that's just playing the game to its merits, hey? You're not taking in anything from the previous game. You're just starting again, resetting, going in with whatever tactics you've got. Adjusting as you get used to the other player.
And that may be that we haven't had any more rain, so the green might be just freeing up that little bit too. It's a crappy start to the morning, but it's turned out to be quite a pleasant day from then on in.
Yeah, it was only rain due. Shouldn't have any more coming for the remaining 3 days after this. Men's Champion of Champions and women's triples kicking off tomorrow. We got a cracker to start off with on the live stream as well. Young Brodie Harker, who's going real good. Just ducked out to Ali this morning against Kevy Anderson, looking to rebound from his singles game the other day. Might have to reinforce the banks prior to that one though.
Yeah, a bit of bubble wrap. Just looking for it to stop. He's got his hand out.
Yeah, not gonna.
Looks like one to Maddie. However, Darryl's got the green paddle in his hand.
Yeah, he's not really confirmed anything there, has he? Maybe he's close. Has Maddie gone here?
Might change things.
Sits inside of his own, he's good. Side of that, it's definitely good.
Oh, must be Ali's front bowl there holding shot.
Yeah, right. Deceiving angle. You'd think he's got the next two now, wouldn't you? Matty O'Brien, so maybe with his last he'll have a look for that shot ball of Ali's.
Although Ali plays the same bowl as his last, he will rest on Matty's bowl there and probably count for two. Just looks to be under the line. All in his speed.
You think he'll have a look for that ball?
Wouldn't put it past him, however, that if he draws and touches the jack probably 2 inches is probably a better result for him.
It's wherever he feels the high percentages.
Draws and falls off his last, he's probably shot as well.
He's going your option.
It's not a long way away, may I add.
Nice. Matty O'Brien, edge is good. Oh!
May have gone too far.
I think he's got the shot, Matty, there. I do, but
Well, he's just tipped one out.
stuff from Matty O'Brien. Just saw on the bottom of the screen there.
Just
If you're enjoying this singles action, the Oz Indoor qualifiers are open. Go through the BV website. Events and state events, and then indoor qualifying.
There's another different format, Jimmy. Sets play singles.
With race spot. When you weigh all the way through to the nationals, and then all the way through that, and you get a chance to represent your country in the World Cup, as Robbie Briglia did a few years ago.
Obviously, our Victorian Dylan Fisher last year made the final.
He was great in that, actually, against Aaron Sheriff when he was in that red hot form, as was Kelsey Cottrell in the women's side of things. They took down all the major single titles in like a 2 or 3 month period. AO, indoor, Nugget.
Yeah, I think they were just a bit greedy.
But yeah, entries open, another couple of weeks. There are limits on the number of entries per venue though. So make sure you get yours in quickly. scattered around regional and metro Melbourne, so should be one close to you. Under and hang around is what he wants this to do.
Oh well, it's the shot. It's got to be beaten.
I believe there's been new plinths put in on the side of the green here. I haven't seen any do that, Shane, but Ali grab shot. Still heaps of room for Maddie though.
Swapping over to the backhand here.
2 for the Ballarat Highlands women next door. 10-9 now through 8 ends there. So into the 9th end, into the back half of the game. And it's as close as it can be. 1 shot difference.
Good
Maddie.
change over there from Maddie. Drawing the shot. Ali's weight's perfect. Just got to adjust his line of fraction. How's he going, Jimmy?
I feel that's narrow, mate. And no weight. Only holding 1. Confirmed by Darryl, so looking at add a second. He's on the trot. He's after this one. It's inside this one of Ali's is what he wants to do. Yeah, good enough.
Interesting to see who's got 4th shot here. Whether Ali attacks the 2 bowls or just draws. Just on the draw.
Areas. Good areas, Tice.
Well played there from Ali.
Yeah, good stuff. Stops Matty O'Brien going in front. Extends his own lead to 2018 in that race to 25. So we get into the business end of this game now. Good shot from Ali Forsyth there.
Good to see both players smiling. Match is being played in very good spirits. Obviously both very competitive.
Yeah. But doing it in the right way. These next couple of ends are crucial, hey Tice?
Yeah, you feel if Ali probably wins the next 2 ends, just about wins it. However, Matty wins the 2 ends, he's probably back in front. Just a bit short there. Neither player really nailing it there. Just needs to hold a fraction. Good correction there from Matty. Draws an applause from the crowd. Ali asking the question, is it 1 or 2?
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Darryl said it's too hard to call. Just got to run. Just calling it to get up.
Oh, Ali.
Great. Great shot. Matty playing a bit more positive. It's not a mile away either.
Close.
Great.
Oh, good stuff, Matty O'Brien.
Brilliant.
Sensational.
Bowls from the boys there.
They're starting to really turn this on here. Right, it's Janine Roberts, the skip from Ballarat Highlands. Her rink consists of Elizabeth Kearse as the third, Sally McCracken as the second, and Sandra Grano as the lead. And in the Ovens and Murray, it's Claire Sanders leading, Maureen Smith second, Anne Miles third, and Kylie White skip.
Now he's chasing the jack.
Oh, something's going to happen here, mate. Off there. Oh.
This is Matty's chance. Hit the front again. You're backing him in to draw for 3 here?
Yeah, I am, mate. I am, with the room he's afforded to do so. You don't want to not take this free hit here. Looks pretty calm, does Matty, as he straightens the mat up. He goes and gets his bowl ready to add that third.
Sticking with the back end. Just had a little bit of a deep breath before that one. Took a little bit extra time.
You're going to get enough turn back here, Tyson.
Just got to run.
Ooh. He's not taking the third, but he'll tie this one up after that great third bowl of his. 20 apiece. Can't ask for much more than this in a final, can you, mate?
Nah.
We've been blessed, actually. We've had close finals the whole way through.
There's just something about that live stream wreck, isn't there, Jimmy?
I know.
I know Brad mentioned it in the last game. Doesn't seem to matter where we are.
We get a decent game.
Always comes down to the wire.
And we're getting primed for a cracking finish to the women's fours next door at 10-9 as well. Still 10-9, you see that scoreboard?
Yeah, 10-9, I think.
After 9 ends. So
Daryl's in our way here.
So that's primed for another cracking finish over there, and we'll move the cameras over to catch the conclusion of that after this men's singles finishes.
Good opener there from Matty. Better foot 18 inches in front. Ali just slipping past.
Right, let's see if we can pile some pressure on here. Matty is asking that to slow, I think, by his body language. It's just a bit quick. If he matches that back one of Ali's, he's okay. It's a good
inside
home.
It.
Good home. Thanks,
Good
two.
shot. I don't think he's there, Jimmy.
I agree.
Can really put the pressure on here. If he can't. Just asking it to slow like his
A
last.
bit quicker than his last. To the back.
Which is the shot ball, mate? Front or the back wide?
Daryl's indicated that the front one is the shot.
Just, he said. 2 to Ovens and Murray next door, Tice. So it'll be 12-9 to them. That is through 9 now, so back third of the game to go. Ali Forsyth Tyson draws the absolute shot.
What a shot.
Does everything but touch the jack. Sensational bowl.
A little bit careless.
Yeah.
Matty can afford to play similar weight to his last. Turn his front one up through the jack. Just clears it. He's every chance to sit Ali's. playing that positive weight. Just going to be under the line.
Well, Ali, if he can add a second here, he's going to be within checkout distance. He'll be within checkout distance anyway. Collecting a 1. He's had another mental step in a singles game toss. You get to within 4 where you know a very good end can get you out of there.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you're within reaching distance, it's always good. Obviously, when it's 4, it's that touch harder than 3, as simple as that may sound, but...
It's not quite there, Ali, to just take the 1. They go end for end here. They have done for the last 6 ends now.
Daryl will just about be after a new card, I think.
He will be. That lead's changed again. Look at that worm graph on the game stats there. It's crossed over a few times.
Bit of a roller coaster there, Jimmy. Probably hear that in the effects, Mike. The Ballarat ladies certainly get plenty of support from the crowd.
It's one bloke, to be honest. He's pretty loud, the old boy. He's doing a good job of supporting the rink from City Oval in Ballarat Highlands. And he leads off pretty well there.
As we mentioned at the start of the game, that first bowl is ever more important now than ever.
Mark reckons he was given a new card toss. As Manny O'Brien, not to be undone, draws even closer.
Oh, what a shot.
Getting to the point where every bowl counts now. You can't afford to spoon one.
No, not at all. State title on the line, adds that fraction, a little bit more pressure to every bowl.
Opportunity to represent Victoria over at the Nationals.
Heading to Perth this year.
In October.
Change of scenery from Queensland.
Correct. Played bowls over in WA?
No, never even been to WA. People say you do plenty of travelling around Australia and all I see is bowls clubs.
Close here, Toz. It's going to up and get out of the way, Darryl. Jack goes sideways, he's still one down.
Good shot, opens it up, gives himself more room for his next one.
Yeah, far better looking head for Ali Forsyth now. Unless Manny O'Brien, who has first crack at it, nails one. It feels wide, this bowl to me.
Only got to beat Ali's though.
Jeez, that came back a long way. Yeah, good stuff from Manny O'Brien.
Just swooping a fraction more, maybe a bit more finish. Bit of moisture drying off the green here.
Ali coming over, look.
Important bowl. Misses this, he gives Matty a very good look at just about sealing the title.
Oh, I won't go that early, mate. I don't think getting to 23 is... It's not going to mean anything in this. This is going right down to it. Reminder that Matty came through an absolute cracker yesterday. He was 24 all against Ian Brimblecombe. Was down. Managed to move the jack with his third bowl. Leave about 2 bowls width between his bowl and the jack, and Ian found that gap with his last. So Matty got through that close tussle.
Both players have probably had slightly different roads. Ali's first game yesterday.
21-1. 25-1.
Looks to be attacking here. Bit surprised by this.
So,
plenty of holes there.
you know what I was thinking? Bowl through jack.
Maybe.
He does like to see pretty ambitious shots. Normally gets them.
Yeah, well, he's taken one out. Just limit the damage.
So he missed the opportunity of adding another with his last bowler a few ends ago, Matty. Definitely going to want to hit this one, mate.
Yeah, very important bowl in the context of the match.
I'm not going to comment on the line of this bowl because I got the first one. He's completely wrong.
Looks pretty similar. It's probably down to his pace now.
Asking it to hurry does enough there, I think. But again, I could probably be wrong. Measure. The fact Ali's measuring it makes me think it might be 2.
Can't see the paddles in Darryl's hands like we have in the past couple of times. Just the one.
Oh yeah. 21 apiece. Both players chasing 4. Right into the business end of this one. This men's singles final.
Hopefully the viewers at home are enjoying this one as much as we are.
Yeah.
It's been a cracking contest.
I love commentating on singles games. So quick, action changes. You see all the shots.
Good speed there for Matty. Probably left 2 feet of room here for Ali. Hasn't quite sent it.
Yeah, be disappointed there, Ali. You see him just slapping himself on the leg. Second opportunity for Matty O'Brien at
Clear Ali's bowl, and he has.
great stuff from him.
Great shot there, Matty.
That's exactly where you want to bowl at 21 all. Close. In reply, Tice.
Very close. Just gonna get unlucky, maybe.
Sensational effort from Ali.
Darryl indicating that Matty's still holding shot.
It's real starting to amp up the level of this game.
Bowl for bowl. As you'd expect.
Still tipping Ali?
Yep.
I'm still tipping Matty then. Good stuff from Matty. Good one behind there. Can he play with some weight at his own, Ali? Do you think it jams in the head, stays in?
Probably not on the back end. If he was playing his forehand, probably, but...
Just going to try and roll his over.
And gets it over once or twice. Looks to be a fraction high.
How confident are you that it's one white? Hey? How confident are you that it's one white? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, 100%. You're right, wrong.
Matty asking Darryl, the marker, how confident you are. Is it one to white? And he said, well, I'll back my own arse up. He's come down, I think, judging by Matty's smile, he thinks it's one of him also. But like we always say in singles, mate, if you've got any doubt in what the marker's calling, go down and have a look. Darryl Riley's one of the best markers in Victoria, so you're backing to get it right, but you're always better off going and having your own look, make your own mind up, if you're ever in doubt.
Matty can play a good shot here, touch
That's
the
right.
jack a foot.
Tell
Make
you what,
life
mate,
really hard for Ali.
I'll tell you what, Tice, can you hold a bit? Can you
Just
hold a
gotta
bit?
Hold.
Doesn't want to turn that over. Oh, he almost does. He tried his hardest to do it. Changes Ali's shot, I think.
Yeah, he's probably got to switch over to the forehand now. Can't afford to reach.
There's no real way of him clearing his own bowl out the head there.
Not on the forehand, on the backhand if he gets Matty's through.
I think he'll change hands.
Yeah, looks like forehand. Interesting to see the choice of weight, whether it's just a draw or whether he's giving it that little bit more of a chance. He's not short.
Tice. Oh, you're kidding.
A little bit stiff there. If he gets his bowl fraction fuller, he probably pops Matty's out. Gets a fraction thinner, he probably runs onto the jack.
Oh, Tice.
About the only spot of his bowl where he doesn't get shot.
What an effort. Matty O'Brien back in front now. 22-21. How many more ends do you think we still get left?
I reckon we got another 4 in us.
So do I.
That's providing we have no dead ends either.
That'll take us to a 30 end game, that will. And we've already had 3 dead ends, which were early.
Little bit of an adrenaline rush there from Matty. That title's within reaching distance of both players.
That's why it's so good, because both of them can see the finish line out. They know one good end in their favour. One big conversion bowl can mean a state title, state singles title for them.
Ali really hasn't made him pay there, about a yard short. Good correction.
Yeah,
well
sensational.
played.
Great correction from Mathew O'Brien. He's done that well, actually, in the last sort of 20 minutes of this game. Corrected from the wayward ones.
I think there might be some glue on the ladies' scoreboard. It feels like it's been 12-9 for about half an hour.
There's been another end go on, and well, another end happened, but they haven't put it on the scoreboard. They're not quick on it, I'll be honest.
Just got to clear Ali's bowl.
I think he has.
Well played, Matty.
Jack's very good. Matty O'Brien, sensational stuff. That'll force a bit of weight, I think, from Ali here, Tice.
Get the 2 bowls. All that kill. Just taking a little bit of extra time with the important moment of the match.
How'd he go?
Close.
Gets one bowl. Gets the jack sideways. That jack will stay inbounds.
Little bit of stiff that he didn't get both bowls or the jack out of bounds there, but giving himself a lot more room than what he had, that's for sure.
One to Matty. There's heaps of room and both players have got one bowl left to come.
Matty, I want to make sure he finishes in bounds here, otherwise Ali might have a look for his bowl.
Yeah, for the title. He needs to get one in the head. Needs to add a closer shot bowl. He said as he walked past us, I've got no idea what this is doing out here. Well, he stops the risk of Ali taking that bowl out and possibly taking the title. Has drawn a second. Room for Ali Forsyth, though.
Yeah, obviously Matty'd be a little bit disappointed that that's not right near the jack, but probably cop one down rather than having Ali have a chance to win the game.
Jack in a part of the rink that hasn't been used much.
needs to hold a fraction. Great shot, Ali.
Yeah, makes no mistake. Draws close to the jack to tie this one up. 22 apiece now. Whew. What a game. Exactly what you want from a singles final. Look at that worm at the end there, Toss. Criss-cross and tie so many times.
Yes, we've certainly had scores level a few times throughout this match.
And as you would expect, as it gets closer, the numbers are reduced. A lot of ones in the last 7 or 8 ends.
Both players just taking a little quick breather there. Been going at it for a while now. Just collect themselves before going into what could be the last end of the match.
They've just clicked over 2 hours for the game, Toss. Good start from Ali.
Matty switching over early, hasn't played that side of the rink a lot.
Close.
However, he has done it quite well. Just ran out of legs. Another good shot there from Ali.
Just got to get to his own, Matty, now. He can just start it off running. It's on its running service, so only a small tap will probably get that in for shot. Slightly comes narrow, he can sit on the valleys. I'll be shocked if he doesn't come back, and yeah, he's...
Yeah, can afford to play that 2 feet. Turn his own, get the hole, he gets a jack.
How's he gone here, Toss?
He's not a mile
away.
away.
I like the shape of this bowl, if he can hurry. Oh, he just didn't send it. Frustrating bowl for him. Wanting to measure. Darryl Rowley, the marker, is indicating. Nearly said Darryl Marker, the Rowley.
Asking it to turn harder.
If he knocks it in, it'll be 2. Sits it
Just
down.
fell down.
That'll be 2. Oh, Matty, can he get inside his own or just tap his own out?
Just needs that 2 feet. Just on the wrong side of his own there. Played good speed. Ali having a good look at this.
2. He's been indicated. What does he do? Does he just try and add again
Oh,
on his backhand?
if he counts, he holds game and puts the pressure right on. Maybe something just a fraction past won't hurt either. Gives him a little bit of coverage. Matty's back bowl there could potentially half the jack over near where he's standing.
This is very tense, Toss. You can feel how tense it is.
Don't think he's going to quite get back, but he may lay his own down.
Oh, he's laid down off his own. Let's see what Darryl Rowley indicates.
He's probably got the best of both worlds there. Got something slightly past 10. May have counted.
Oh, 3. He's made 3. Darryl Rowley signalling 3. So it's a game live for Ali Forsyth here. Matty O'Brien, his last bowl to come. I'm just looking at Ali Forsyth at the back sitting down. He took a massive deep breath and he looks exhausted, Toss.
Sure does.
He's thinking, just get me out of here with the title.
Saw him walking around yesterday after the 2 games and he said, I feel like an 80-year-old man.
He's probably feeling a bit older than that right now. Matty O'Brien, here we go, Tice. Could this be it?
Could be feeling $1 million in 10 seconds too.
Right.
More weight.
Yeah, he's on
Looking for the jack.
He's on a hunting line here. Needs anything. Jack's good. He gets it. It stays in bound. So he's definitely made one. It's gone to where Ali is over that side of the rink. 2 to Matty O'Brien. What a turnaround.
Wowee.
The best news about all of that, Tice, is the game's still not over. We still get another end at least to this. Absolutely clutch bowl from Matty O'Brien.
The way these boys are going, we might have another 3 on the cards.
Yeah. Wow. Great stuff from the man they call Twisties. 14-10 next door, you can see on that scoreboard after 11 in the women's fours final. Reminder, we'll move the cameras over at the completion of this men's singles, but I don't want this to end, Tice. I'm having so much fun. What a game.
Plenty of comments coming through.
Everyone's enjoying it just as much as we are. Oh, now he's got to back it up with some first bowl pressure here, Tice.
I wonder whether there was any thought through his head there to put the jack.
Or he just did it.
He just come off a runner.
Good stuff from Matty. He'd be relatively happy with that as a start.
Good openers here from both players here. Just slipping past, both bit 18 inches 2 feet past.
Almost identical bowls.
Slipping past again by the look of things.
No, he's good here. Good shot from Matty O'Brien. Can that be the ball that wins him the title, Tice?
Currently, Mathew has got 1 hand on the state title. However, Ali has 2.5 bowls to go. Big bowl here from Ali. Probably doesn't want to have to wait till his last one to get shot.
Best as in, what do you mean by best?
Does my black one beat the white?
No.
That one there beats.
That is 3rd shot.
Go.
Ali just finding out who had 3rd shot there.
He said 3rd shot is the white one of the back bowls. The 2nd shot being Ali's one. It's towards Jack High of the jack. You're right though, Tice. He's got 2 bites at the cherry here. He doesn't want to leave it to the last bite.
He's after it.
Yeah, can he hold his head a bit, Tice?
All down to his weight here, I think.
Can he hold his head a bit? Ali
What a
Forsyth
shot,
draws
Ali.
a front hopper. Wow. Matty's going to have a look. Gives a great display of sportsmanship. Just clapping on his thigh, that bowler. Ali Forsyth's.
It just gets better and better, Jimmy.
Oh, I love singles. Singles is the best.
Has to be a little bit careful here, Matty. Can't afford to play weight and take his own bowl out.
Nah.
The way he's been drawing, you nearly back him to draw this.
Surely. He's going to go close.
If he misses this, puts the ball back in Ali's court to potentially win the match himself.
Has he got Matty O'Brien on the backhand?
It's not a long way away, Jimmy.
Tice. Here we go, mate. He's
Oh,
asking
it's
him for a
gonna
hurry. Oh, he's replaced
a
one of
shot.
Ali's.
What a shot.
This is amazing. What a bowl from Matty O'Brien in reply to that front hopper at Ali Forsyth's. Holds 2, and as you said before, has one hand on the single state title. That's Matty O'Brien. But Ali Forsyth has one bowl to come.
Interesting to see whether he just plays that good draw weight, sits the bowl, stays with shot, touch the jack, or whether he goes to kill it or get the 2 bowls out.
Phew. Wow. Last roll of the dice for Ali here. He's doing a sensible thing, Ty's taking a breath.
See Matty sitting on the chair there. Hat in his mouth.
Deep breaths all round here. Oh, Ali, here he goes.
Searching weight.
I think he's tied, guys. I think he's tied. Oh, he's hand up.
There
And
you
that'll
go,
be that.
ladies and gentlemen.
What a game. We have been blessed with one hell of a game there. That's as good as it gets. Matty O'Brien is your 2023 Victorian singles winner. What a performance from both players. Ali holding game at one point. Matty O'Brien putting the jack in the pit. Amazing stuff. And then that last end there, replacing that bowl of Ali Forsyth's. That is a game for the ages on BVTV. You'll go to YouTube and go to the Facebook page after. I'll be watching this one again, 100%. What a game. It's played in great spirits. Amazing stuff. We do have the women's fours game next door. It's 14-10 currently to Ovens and Murray over the Ballarat Highlands women after 11 ends. So we'll join that game for the last probably 3 ends because we're about to complete this one. We'll just take a brief pause in coverage while we move the cameras. We'll switch some commentators around, so we'll just mute the mics. So if you want to stay tuned for the completion of that women's fours final, just give us a minute or two to move them cameras. Yeah, wow, Toss, love that. Great stuff. Thanks for calling that with me, buddy.
No worries, thank you for having me, Jimmy.
It seems like everyone else enjoyed that as much as we did. But yeah, stay tuned for the completion of the women's fours final. It will take us a minute or two to move the cameras. We're just going to mute the mics until then. 14-10 to Ovens and Murray over Ballarat Highlands through 11 ends.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Not there, mate. We're ready to set and roll. Pass you getting to the blue.
All right, welcome back everybody. We've just finished the conclusion of our men's singles, which was thrilling to us.
Yeah, what a match that was.
Victory to Mathew O'Brien over Ali Forsyth, 25-22. And as we said earlier, Jimmy's just stepped out to get ready for presentation, so I've jumped in. Thankfully, we still have Tyson with us as we go through these final ends of the Women's Fours State Championships for 2023. We've had updates throughout the match. This is the match with Ovens and Murray and Ballarat Highlands. The Ovens and Murray rink comprising of Sanders, Smith, Miles and Whitehead up against Grano, McCracken, Kearse and Roberts.
Been some pretty good heads, obviously, commentating the men's singles, having a keen look on the rink next door. Heads have been pretty tight.
There's probably one big end where Ovens and Murray picked up a 5. Outside of that, it's been pretty much neck and neck. Ballarat Highlands got away to a bit of a lead early.
Yeah, jumped out of the blocks.
Very, very strong rink, this Ovens and Murray rink. And they've been here before. Skippered by Kylie Whitehead, who of course needs no introduction. World Champion of Champions winner. Among a host of Australian titles, current Jackaroo.
Didn't they win it last year, Tom?
This is correct, over in Adelaide. And then you have a rink with Annie Miles in there. An Australian Jackaroo, over 60s level. Things are always looking pretty rosy.
Between the four of them, they would have wrapped up a few Ovens and Murray titles over the years, I could imagine.
I can imagine they've almost got a mortgage on it every time. This is Roberts on the mat. First of her 2 bowls. Looks a touch shy, Tice.
And hasn't quite sent that one. Doesn't make life any easier for Kylie though. Probably 1, maybe 2 down there. Kylie on her forehand here. Probably just looking to slip under that last bowl. All down to her speed now.
Track
Pretty
looks
close. What a shot, Kylie Whitehead.
She has a gift.
As Ann Miles bows down to it.
She's done that a few times in the last couple of matches.
Having a couple technical difficulties here since we've changed the cameras. Bear with us.
Did move these over at the very last minute just to try and get some better shots. And those just joining us, we have covered the men's singles final. Brad, our expert technician is working on things now and look to be back under control. Roberts goes back down to the mat end. They've had a little chat over their head just to work out what shot to play. Currently 1 down.
She's not a mile away.
No dramas with the trip this time. Just going to cut the head slightly, so no change there. What does Kylie do? Toss, she got an opportunity to add. Same line?
No, you
Switch
probably
over?
don't want to make contact on your own. Swap over, sort of beat that jack-eyed bowl on the right of screen there. He's probably maybe a bowl past. 14 and 11 up. You don't need to do anything too drastic here. Win the end. Put your 4 in front with 2 ends to go. Has swapped over to the backhand by the look of things, Tone.
It's like she's listening to you as a coach, mate. She could do a hell of a lot worse.
I think she's a bit better player than I am, Tone.
Yeah, Kylie Whitehead doesn't need too much coaching, does she? Picture perfect weight if she can get there. And that's exactly
She
what
is
it
a
is.
gun.
Her ability with those last 2 bowls to inflict maximum pain on her opponents is rivaled by not many.
Been in a couple of events this week and she's looked better as the week's gone on. Certainly finding her rhythm on the green.
Yeah, she sure is.
Best thing about Kylie is whether she's winning by 20 or losing by 20, she's always got that fantastic smile.
Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. A good egg, as they say. Champion of Champions starts tomorrow morning, Tice. Make sure you're in bed early tonight. Nice healthy dinner.
We'll be right, we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. We had a slight bit of rain this morning, but back to pretty good conditions this afternoon. Probably only got 3 or 4 mils, so no real change to anything in terms of the surface.
Got our ladies triples as well.
We sure do. Action aplenty here.
Who's your early prediction for that one, Tone?
In ladies triples?
Yep.
I don't mind the triple from Eastern Rangers with Carol Protopappas. I reckon she's been having a pretty good period over the last 6 months.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Lucas Protopappas paid me $50 to say that as well, but I said I don't need to accept it, mate. She's a very, very good player. Northern Gateway team will take a bit of beating too.
Yes,
It's the
definitely.
youngsters, Emily Davies, Sophie Kurzman and Nicole Wendt, who we saw go relatively well this week. Don't mind Anne Draffin skipping the Ballarat Highlands team. So there's a bit to see and some quality people.
Also got our current pairs champions, joined by Maureen Leighton. They'll be hard to beat also.
Last year's winners, of course.
Yeah.
So they'll be tough. And how on earth could you go past our one and only Melanie Allen? Representing the
Superstar.
yeah, absolutely representing the sandbelt combination. Pretty handy combination too with Mel, who plays some very good bowls, and Kelly McKeer and Elisa Phillips rounding it out. So you almost throw a blanket over the field.
Mel informed me that her and JT are clear of you and Jimmy.
In what sense?
In the bowl sense.
Daylight, I reckon, between Mel. JT and Mel are fighting it out neck and neck. Daylight for Jimmy, and then I'm not even on the board. So. Not a bad combination coming out of Ovens and Murray in the women's triples too.
Yeah, we got Lorraine's daughter Rowie in that team.
Yep. Jodie Fruand.
Former state representative.
Yep. So if you happen to be in the area, come on down.
Great shot there from Lorraine. After that bowl, Rowie might have a bit to live up to. We apologise if we got players standing in the way of the camera. We have only just moved them across.
And the champion of champions, there'll be a great matchup first up. Brody Harker, who had a great singles campaign up against Kevin Anderson.
He'll be looking
It's
for a
men's
bit of
champion
revenge.
champions. Yeah, absolutely. Some good players in that field too. So be able to glue yourselves to the live stream. Provide you each and every bowl that we can and updates on scores, both live scored and through the stream.
We also have our men's triples starting on Saturday. Any early calls for that one?
There's a couple of changes in among there. I actually don't mind the Yarra combination in the men's triples. Bradley Schwarzer comes in as the sub. Very much an underrated player.
I better pick me dad and me brother, or me brother will shoot me.
Exactly right. There's no danger of you not picking them. And be welcome back home for Christmas.
Kobe informed me that the team looks better now that Mason's in it and I'm not.
Yeah, you got to love some brotherly love. I did just have a brief chat with Wayne Gardner before too, and yeah, they'll have a pretty strong combination coming out of the Murray Mallee.
Yeah,
Mark Eckel, Peter Mitchell and Wayne Gardner.
Good player, Wayne. Been around for a long time.
Yes, he told me he was 74, so he's got some experience on his side, that's for sure.
And very knowledgeable man.
Yeah, he is. He certainly is. He was quite enjoying watching that last game of singles.
Who wouldn't? What a
Yep.
display that was from both players.
Annie Miles just slides through the gap. So this one close to reaching its concluding stages. 16-11 after 13 ends. Ballarat combination accounted for a very strong Metro West contingent, relatively comfortable in the N21-6.
She got the jack there. Looks to be maybe 2 down now.
Didn't quite want to kick it that far.
A little bit unlucky.
In fairness to Metro West, they were chasing a bit and dropped a 4 or 5, I think, on the last end, just trying to make numbers. But
Yeah, I think they had a chance to put the jack in the ditch for 5.
yeah, correct.
When you're sort of chasing that 10 shots, 2 ends to go, you risk
Gotta take
losing
some
that
chances,
number.
don't you? They had a good victory over the Goulburn-Murray combination in the quarterfinals. No easy task there.
Comment from Jay. Speaking of, Lorraine does a lot of work as an umpire on the green, not only as a player. Our umpires and markers, they do a fantastic job.
Yeah, spot on. Lorraine, president of Ovens and Murray, umpires, marks, does absolutely everything to keep the game going. She's a star.
Good shot there. Might have made up
Gets
for
in
a
for shot.
misfortune on the shot before.
Yep.
She has good bowl.
5 shots the difference with 2 ends to play. Yeah, Andrea, we understand she's in the way. We're sort of trying to, by the same token, we've only just come across this match, so we don't want to upset anybody too much, given they're vying for a state title, and we did start on the men's singles and have just moved over, so we're trying to be a little conscious of that, but we understand it is frustrating. We can give you some different angles, thankfully. Here's Kylie Whitehead on the mat.
Just needs to clear that front one. She's
Kylie
pretty
Whitehead
close.
doing Kylie Whitehead things. I'm going to say she's making it look easy, but she is doing exactly that.
Do you want the cameras on her more often? She hasn't had a bowl outside of 2 inches. She probably does that anyway, whether the camera's there or not, but...
Yeah, I don't think she misses too much, does she? You would have played a bit of bowls with and against in Ovens and Murray days in years gone by.
Yes, played a bit of pennant against Kylie. Mixed pairs a couple times, I think, as well. She's a great character, ripping person, and just a good bowler as well.
Yep. Just going to find a hole
Good
here.
shot
Does
there.
draw off Kylie's bowl. I thought I was going to miss that. So well played. Back to holding shot. We're swapping with every bowl, Tice.
Yep, similar to our men's singles, that was bowl for bowl. Kylie will be looking to something pretty similar to it last. 1 down's probably not a bad result for them.
Of course, Janine Roberts still has a bowl to come as well, so...
Looks to be a fraction wide.
Yeah, so no change. Opportunity for Janine to add another one. Yeah, good call, Shane. It was a terrific match between Maddie O'Brien and Ali Forsyth. In the end, it was a victory to Maddie O'Brien 25-22. A game that could have gone either way in the last few ends of that match. Saw some absolutely brilliant shots from both players to get it to the stage that it was at. What's Janine Roberts done
She
here?
said it's too wide, but I think it's probably more her pace. One gives them a chance going into this last end turn.
It does. It does. We've played 14 ends in this final of the women's fours for 2023. The score is 16-12. 4 shots the difference.
Kylie Whitehead wouldn't mind this situation. Obviously the lead, but having last bowl. Ovens and Murray's ladies played a shorter sort of length last end. Ballarat Highlands stretching it out this end.
Yeah, great jack roll. That one within probably 6 or 8 inches of where the skipper called for it.
Pretty good opener too, may I add. Rolled the jack where the skipper wanted.
Shouts a well done, Sandy. Sandy Grano. This is Claire Sanders. Played a lot of bowls with, well, this 4 to be honest, but a lot of bowls with Ann Miles over many, many years. That's not a bad spot to finish as well. About 2.5 foot through. Pretty much bang on the line. Hard to argue with those two, Tice. That one 2 foot short, but still not too bad. They are chasing a 4 to get us through to an extra end.
Yeah, as a skipper, you'd be pretty happy with that start. Putting the pressure on them early. 4s are never easy to get, but if you're holding too early on in the end, just makes the opposition think that little bit more.
Kylie asking for this to keep coming. Again, line is spot on. 3 foot short, so Ballarat Highlands holding 2.
Asking to play the backhand, just sneak past the jack.
This is McCracken using the bowler's arm. A familiar hand in the pocket. Technique often employed by those using a bowler's arm. Just missing her line a bit there.
Speed was pretty good.
This is Laureen Smith.
Oh, just going through a little bit there, Lorraine. How's that Claire Sanders bowl though?
Yeah, kind of one in, one out, really, wasn't it? See what the correction's like here from McCracken. Speed looks a little bigger. No, it calls it bad luck. From Janine Roberts.
On a reasonable line. Just going to be a speed that costs her again, I think.
Could well be a handy spot out there. Ovens and Murray just protecting a lead of 4.
Don't necessarily have to be close, just got to match them up so they can't drop a 4. And Miles on the forehand. Close second shot here makes life very difficult.
As good as Kylie Whitehead is, it's an absolute luxury to have someone like Ann Miles playing in your team. Evergreen Ann Miles.
She's
That's
got the
exactly
jack.
what she can do. So takes a bowl or two out of the equation and now holding 1 for the Ovens and Murray team. Draws some high fives from her teammates as well, she should.
Still gives Ballarat a chance though, they got 2 bowls out that side of the rink. Should be looking to come down on the forehand, sit the bowl. If she can get back to the jack, touch the jack.
Shirley Hummel saying, come on, Ovens and Murray.
Just giving this a good look. All down to her speed.
This is Liz Kearse's bowl, very good bowler in her own right.
Oh, she just hasn't chucked it, Tony.
Just needed a couple of extra feet. The line was spot on.
Kylie asking Ann to switch sides. Get to the purple or touch the jack is really good. Played it pretty well. Just under the line. Weight was fantastic.
Yeah, no harm there. So 2 skippers bowls to come. Ovens and Murray currently holding 1 and 4 up on the board.
She's almost got a play to slice the jack and then sit Ann's bowl to give him any chance. I don't think she'll be able to get back to the jack around Claire's front bowl with that yard of weight that she needs.
Barbara Young also cheering on Ovens and Murray, so a bit of support, in particular for Annie Miles. Janine Roberts. Got to say, looking like this is a tough task. They've had a fantastic tournament, the ladies from Ballarat Highlands. Just asking for a foot. Give her some guide as to where she has to get to.
She can
Bowl on
get
its
shot.
way.
Claire's ends, Claire, she's pretty close. Just a little bit too wide for that speed. Unless she kills the end, I think that might be game over, Tony.
Yeah. She hooked that one down there though, so she's got the speed to kill it.
She sure does. few bowls past the jack too for it to ricochet off.
See what Kylie Whitehead can do here.
The way she's going, she probably put one right on the front of the jack. Just so smooth.
Does she want to avoid it in some respects and leave a few holes there, or?
Yeah, she probably doesn't want to sit one jack high.
Yeah, well played by Kylie Whitehead. That's a great spot to finish.
Split those two bowls up. I don't know why she's asking her to draw the shot. It doesn't make much difference if she gets shot.
No.
Needs a dead end.
No, she says sorry straight away and turns around to shake hands with Kylie Whitehead. So no change there. Well played for our women's fours champions from Ovens and Murray, Claire Sanders, Laureen Smith, Anne Miles, and of course skipper extraordinaire Kylie Whitehead. They've had a good battle with the ladies from Ballarat Highlands, skippered by Janine Roberts. But the history books will show a 17-12 victory to Ovens and Murray, and they take the title.
Thank you to all our viewers for tuning in today.
We'll have plenty more action tomorrow, Tice, including yourself. I don't know whether we'll get you on the live stream. We'll work that all out, but I tell you what, it'd be good viewing if we did. So we see the Ovens and Murray's girls having a good bit of fun now. They've just sinking in. They've won another state title, state fours, to go with their already very impressive resumes. Thank you, Morty. Thank you, everybody, for your comments and interaction throughout the day. We've seen some cracker games of bowls. We're sure to have more for you tomorrow. Thank you very much, Tyson Cromie. You are an absolute gem. Good luck with your competitions tomorrow, mate.
Appreciate that. Thank you for having me on board.
To Brad from SEN for producing the show, we really appreciate what you do, mate. You're bringing through pictures that are second to none right across this country, and of course our players who have put on a great show. Mathew O'Brien winning the men's singles over Ali Forsyth, and our rink from Ovens and Murray, skippered by Kylie Whitehead, Anne Miles, Claire Sanders, and Laureen Smith getting the job done in the women's fours over the rink from Ballarat Highlands. We will leave it there. We look forward to bringing you more action here from Bendigo East. Thank you very much to Moama for powering the stream, and the City of Greater Bendigo for their support of State Champions Week 2023.
It's not as careful as the start of the day when you do it right.